1917, Sainte-Menehould Hospital. Doctors and nurses alike tried in earnest to patch up swarms of broken bodies and wounded psyches. Anna, the Belgian nurse, battled every day against the war to save soldiers.
C'est bon, c'est bon. Allez, courage.
Dieu vous bénisse, Adèle.
Ça va aller. Voilà, viens. Voilà.
Si bas, ma vieille.
Field Hospital. This war was the first war of such magnitude. Casualty management required a completely new organization. Evacuation from the battlefield was performed via stretcher. The wounded were carried to the triage tent, then transported to the field hospital when evacuation became possible. This was where emergency surgery could be performed with the required sanitary measures. X-rays. X-rays were first discovered by a German scientist, Röntgen, in 1895, and their use by medical staff began to spread at the turn of the century. The technology proved very useful for medical staff to treat soldiers who were victims of shrapnel. As early as 1914, the technology was adapted to cars in order to create mobile X-ray units. Initiated by the scientist Marie Curie and her daughter, their goal was to better treat casualties and to operate on wounded soldiers. Stretcher bearers. As the first link in the chain of care, stretcher bearers often worked in difficult conditions. They had to walk with a regulation stretcher between shell holes and barbed wire before they could reach the wounded, and then take them to the nearest aid point in the rear, often under enemy fire. They also used tents to carry the wounded. Often these men had no medical qualifications. They came from a variety of backgrounds and could be musicians, priests, or non-combatant personnel. Syringe. In 1914, a typhoid epidemic raged in the unsanitary conditions of trench warfare. Fortunately for the soldiers, a typhoid vaccine was developed that saved many lives during World War I.
Non! On me lâche pas congé, mademoiselle! me laisse me coucher, mademoiselle.
Voilà. Allez. Allez, bouge.
Ici bas, mademoiselle.
Sometimes Anna could heal the soldiers' ailments and put them on the path to recovery. Other times, it was a matter of alleviating their pain and merely postponing the inevitable. On this day, a rare ray of hope pierced the gloom of the hospital grounds. Finally, with the arrival of new medical equipment, technological progress would be used to help the wounded of war instead of producing them. Surprised to see her dear friend again, Anna handled each of the wounded soldiers with care. She couldn't wait to speak with Freddie and catch up on old times.
Ça va aller, allez. Voilà, tiens. Pas mieux.
Dieu vous bénisse, mademoiselle.
Fluorescent screen. This screen allowed a radiologist to view X-ray images. In some cases, screens were mounted to the helmets of medics, allowing them to use their hands at the same time. An estimated 1 million X-ray exams were performed during World War I.
Oui, bon chien.
Voilà mon bégoyen, mademoiselle.
Transfusion kit. Cutting-edge research in blood transfusion produced the formula of sodium citrate and dextrose that prevented blood clotting. This extended the shelf life of blood donations and allowed for transfusions on the front lines. In 1917, American medics began using refrigerated blood banks.
Oui, bon chien. Vas-y, Walt.
Stretcher. A foldable French army stretcher from the First World War. It measured 7.4 feet and weighed about 22 pounds. Each regiment had around 300 stretchers and 600 stretcher bearers to evacuate wounded soldiers from the battlefield. White armband, worn by medics on both sides of the conflict. The white colour symbolised neutrality as a reminder that medics were not to be shot at.
C'est bon. Non, 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 non. Ça va aller. Ah, non, 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 non. C'est bon. Voilà. Allez. Ça va aller.
Oi, aqui.
Voilà. Voilà. Pas mieux.
Reunited, Anna and Freddie both took solace in the bonds of friendship. Hearing the bombs fall, Anna knew they had struck the heart of a populated civilian area. Always quick to act, she drove off to help the wounded.